Well, good evening. How are you tonight? Hey, nice to see everybody. Yeah, okay. Most of us, anyway. What the hell? Don't mind me. Had a little something for lunch the other day. Disgusting. This camera at a better angle here. Get the real me. Oh, maybe Nick get the right me. I think I have me. Oh man, check this camera out a little more. Yeah, a little more this way and see. No, maybe I'd better off the other way. Hey, who knows? Oopsie. Oh wow. I think you got the right me now. If not, hey, oh well. Hey, well, as you can see, I have my gumball bank. Yeah, need to start putting money in that thing to start paying for my vacation this year. Yeah, I know what vacation. Hey, when do I have to have vacation? And of course, I have my good luck charm, my Iron Man. Yeah, you don't seem to think so. Yeah, there we go. Now we're on it. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yes. See? Just got to know how to play these things. You know what I mean? Wow. Amazing. Isn't how that works out? Yeah, let me try the different angle here. Let me try to get it down about, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah. Okay. There we go. Much better. Somehow I always feel like this camera isn't quite in the right place anyway, you know what I mean? Let's try to. No. Maybe here. Maybe I got. Here. No, wait, maybe here. That's better. I think it's better. I think it's rather good myself, I'll have you know. Well, today I had a wonderful time. Austin and I, we went out and we hooked up a stereo in my truck. That thing is ass kicking. It's beautiful. It has everything on it. Beauty is it only cost me like $20. I have an amplifier system for it. It's beautiful. It really blows out this sound like you would not believe. Hey, man, yeah, there's my iron guy. Yeah, I wish I'd had him today. Would have brought me some good luck. I stop at his stop sign. All of a sudden, my pedal hits the floor part way. I'm like, what the hell? I just got the truck back, had the front end aligned, everything. Oh, that thing handles beautifully. I can just hold my fingers like this, and the wheels are perfectly straight. What more can the guy ask for, right? Awesome job they did on my truck. Well, next thing you know, I was at the corner intersection. All of a sudden, my brake made this funny thing. I'm like, heard this little pop noise. I'm like, that can't be good. So Austin and I, we pulled into the local Walmart up on the hill in the town of Granby, New York. Well, those who live in the area know where I go shopping mostly. You go the good shit I get there. It's insane. I let Austin buy a CB radio antenna for the CB we have in our truck. I kind of share it with him. Then I got this other truck I working on and teaching him how to plow with it. He seemed to have a lot of fun with that truck too. A little brake thing on that broke, so we got to fix that too. So now I got two vehicles that need brake jobs. I still have my Blazer, and by some strange miracle, it has good brakes. I'm like, please, I hope nothing else goes screwy. I'm telling you, one more thing, I'm going to ready to go nuts. But, they're older vehicles. The truck's an 89, so yeah, little things tend to go bad. What are you going to do? Sometimes you just got to roll with it, man, Got to roll with it and try to figure out what is the best possible solution in some cases. I wonder about this quite a bit. I'm like, what did I do to deserve this mess, right? But, I bought a truck that actually is not a bad truck. It's just the problem is we're talking to vehicles that, unfortunately, it needs a bit more attention, believe it or not. I don't know. What's this going on, man? Yeah, I think I got my boy coming up here. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, it is. It is a nice truck. Yes, Austin did a great job helping me wire that thing too. I just told Austin he's missing the show. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It is a nice truck. Yeah. Tomorrow, my wife and Austin, they're going to go to Destiny Mall and walk for MS and everything. It's a charitable organization my wife belongs to. Me, I kick in a few bucks every now and then for the stuff we need, keep things going. It's kind of fun. I like it. It's really awesome. It's just how to. I guess he says I'm watching the stream from home. Well, I would certainly hope so. Now, the other people could just do that too. That would be like totally awesome. But, okay, let me shop and think here. Oh, wow, man. Test my microphone. Okay. Well, I know it's working, which is great. I love the idea. Yeah, I'm going to get my Iron Man guy, maybe put him in the truck. Maybe, hopefully, he might bring me some luck because I'm telling you, I could use him right about now. I really could. Well, I must admit, there are situations that go without saying. I must admit, the whole thing is nuts. But I must admit, in the real world, there's all kinds of people make up this screwed up world we living in. Then give it a try. To live and let die. Hey, man, think about it. Make a wish. Might come true. You never know. Hey, man. Yeah. 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 Well, the goal is to get everything fixed on both the trucks. I mean, that's the problem. The trucks are both old. One's an 89, one's an 04. So, hey, what are you going to do? They're trucks. They're trucks. They're beautiful vehicles when they run great. My black truck runs pretty good. It plows snow like crazy. And then the red truck, well, that thing is about driving me a little crazy, because there's a bunch of stuff on it I still need to fix. But it's an 04. So, the way I'm looking at it, a simple brake line isn't the end of the world. It's just a minor pain in the ass to deal with, but luckily it's easy to get to and just replace it and move on. What else can a person do, right? Amen. Yep, the whole thing is going to be about basically getting everything the whole thing is all just based on many things, you know what I mean? It's all about nuts. But I'm wondering where all my people are tonight, you know what I mean? Hey, where are you? You know what I mean? I know you're probably out getting drunk, getting wasted, man, and you're getting your old buddy Brian here. Hey, man, like, oh, what up, man? What up? You know what I mean? Hey, this whole day's been kind of fun and wild. I helped my friend put a muffler on her vehicle. That was actually a highlight of my day, believe it or not. But then Austin and we got together and put the stereo in the truck, and that thing really whoops ass pretty good. I really like it. It runs good. Sounds great. We're going to get a box to put the speakers in, and then we're going to go getting crazy and we got the sound system installed. It's just everything was going good until I heard a pop noise and the brake line like broke. I'm like, oh, this is just wonderful. But during the course of a day, things can happen. It's just all about just trying to keep everything going. I can do it. It's just never seems to end. I wish I had a week where I didn't just fix nothing. Just get in, start it, run. Boom. Monday, I got to get my Blazer inspected. That should be easy. Then, of course, my wife's car, I probably got to order an exhaust pipe because I think her exhaust pipe on her car is no good. Replaced the muffler, did a beautiful job. It still makes a little noise. So, obviously, yep, she's got a little problem. But that's to be said. The vehicles are just common because I have 6 vehicles. I have 3 cars, 2 trucks, and an SUV. SUV is working. My wife's car is working. The 2 trucks need work. My mother's car, I got to figure out why the gas tank gauge goes up and down. First, I got gas. I don't have gas. Got gas. Don't have gas. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with that. I got to crawl underneath and check the plug that plugs it in and see if it's dirty. The car was in Florida, so that car was like pristine condition. And then here we go. Stupid thing now has a problem with gas gauge, but it still runs. Start right up. It does have a problem with one of the tires leaking air, but yeah, one of those things I got to check into. I wouldn't be surprised if I need a tire for it. Maybe I might end up having to buy a set of tires. I don't know. I'm not sure how long it's been since my mother changed the tires in that car because she hasn't drove that car in quite a few years. I've been driving it with Austin. We seem to have a lot of fun with it. We're going to fix it up, make it all nice and jazzy. I mean, to me, a car that's plain is kind of, boring. I need something that says pizzazz. And Austin, he's a very clever guy. He can buy anything, If it exists, he can find it. I was like, how does this kid doing this? I don't know. I'm amazed at how able he is to locate all sorts of obscure things that I couldn't even realize exist. You know what I mean? I knew they exist, but I didn't realize how easy it was to get this shit. Know what I mean? Visit my Austin here is not commenting anymore. Maybe he lost interest. Oh, well, his loss. Hey, But we got a bunch of stuff we got to do. We got to dig up my septic tank and fix it. The shit never ends. Let me tell you, literally, the shit never ends. Oh boy, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just thinking, okay, then I also got a little part of my house, my addition. There's a little structural problem with that. Got to get a jack and jack her up and figure out why it's falling in like it is. A friend of mine fixed the flooring, and when he fixed the flooring, I got a feeling that a brace that the flooring holds up the wall might have been damaged, and he didn't quite address the problem completely, and we got the flooring okay. It worked beautiful, nice flooring. But I think there's a bracing, because as soon as there's some ice built up on the roof, the thing started coming down, so we got ourselves a pair of jacks and jacked up the roof a little bit and keeping it at bay so it doesn't sink down anymore. I'm surprised the ice didn't just take the whole thing right down. But luckily, for some crazy reason, we made out okay. We didn't get screwed too badly, but we've had the place over 10 years. So actually, I think we've had this addition a bit longer, but I have a funny feeling that when it was made, they probably found the most cheapest materials to build this thing with. Then they took us for a nice ride, and I'm like, okay. The past couple of years, it was nice, and the floor started going bad. And then we had some other issues. We called the company, and they said, hey, we got some problems. Well, the company now, it don't exist no more. No idea what to do. So I guess we're on our own, trying to figure it all out. It's just a simple matter of, we kind of bought this stuff. We had a warranty, lifetime warranty. I'm okay with the idea of a lifetime warranty, but the problem is when they mention lifetime warranty, what are they really saying? Are we talking a real lifetime warranty or until the company goes bust? It's like a lot of those companies that offer you an extended warranty. Been there, done it, got screwed. Moving on, know what I mean? We had this warranty thing a while back. Next thing I know, we go to take my wife's car to get some work done. This was quite a few years back. We had a Chevy Cavalier. Great car. Love that thing to death. And then I went in to get it done. Sure enough, they said, well, the warranty isn't there. What do you mean a warranty? I bought a warranty. What's going on? Well, where you got the warranty from? It's the company went out of business a while back, and this warranty don't mean jack. Okay, how much is it going to run me? $500. I said, I don't think so. So I took it home, bought some bearings, threw them in myself. Took a few hours to throw them in, but the beauty was I got them in. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, man, I'll tell you. They weren't too happy with me because I did the work myself and saved myself $400. Hard to believe how much labor it costs just to change those wheel bearings. It's clinically insane. But I drove the car for many, many years, and finally one day, some lady in an SUV come down the road and smashed into me and took out my car. But we had the car over 10 years. It had it had over 180,000 miles on it. So, and the car was still good. It run good everything. It's just, next thing you know, the driver's side passenger door got knocked into the back seat somewhere, and I'm sitting there like an idiot, like, okay, what just happened here? You know what I mean? So when the firemen came up, they cut my door off my car, pulled me out of my car, and I looked at the car. I'm like, well, I guess this vehicle's about done. But here's the goofy part. The engine transmission still ran beautifully. If I could have found a halfway decent shell car, I would have threw it in, and it would have been a beautiful running car. Real good. But unfortunately, some jackoffs went and took my car to a towing yard across town, and it's either pay for the tow or let it go. And I decided I had to let it go because I wasn't going to pay for the tow. I grabbed my stuff, I could get out of the car, and I said, well, good enough. I mean, the sad part was I put a new radiator in it, new alternator, new battery, starter, alternator, battery, radiator. Yeah. Tires were kind of not so good. I had a beautiful stereo. I pulled that out in a heartbeat. I didn't fool around, just pulled it out. I forgot to grab the power antenna. Later on down the road, the power antenna on my Trans Am went out on it. So, needless to say, here we are. Got to come up with a power antenna for my car sometime. So I decided rather than play the power antenna, screw the power antenna, just get a regular antenna. That way, it doesn't everybody braking while going up and down. Because you start there, it's really cool. It goes, and it's like, and I'm like, wow, man, this is cool. But the problem is in the wintertime, they freeze and bust, and it's a big mess. One of those sad realities about these power antennas. They're really nice, they're sharp and cool, but personally, I wouldn't spend no more money on those sons of bitches. If someone gave me one, I'd be cool, Yeah, put it in, no problem. Power antenna, up and down, up, down. Hey, man, dig it. I can dig it. You know what I mean? Maybe I might put an antenna in the other truck to get another antenna too. Put another antenna in for my radio. Wouldn't that be something funny? Yeah, why not? A truck with two antennas. Yeah. I might consider it. $10 for an antenna, drill a hole in the fender, and then up, down. Nah, okay. I'm just gonna get the regular antenna. No big deal. No big freaking deal. Hold on for a second. I gotta call my cohort, see where he disappeared to. You know what I mean? Hey, where you go, boy? Oh, silly me. I don't have his number. I forgot. Isn't it weird? It's on my cell phone. Of course, my cell phone, is in the other room. Hey, the one place I wouldn't have thought. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I don't know. I wonder. But after today, I was like, tomorrow's a better day. It'll be 60 degrees tomorrow. And guess where I'll be? In the yard fixing my truck. Yeah. Hence the life. You know what I mean? Austin said he'll come help me. He'll finish helping me with the trucks. I'll fix the plow truck. It'll take a few minutes to fix that puppy. Just throw on a new piece, put the brakes back in place, pump it up a few times, and good enough. It'll run. Beautiful. And the plow truck, not the plow truck, but the other truck, the truck that I drive, has a brake line problem. Well, that might take me a little bit more time to figure out exactly where the line goes from A to B and see if I can find a way to run a new line without having to dismantle half the truck just to get that son of a bitch. I'm telling you, they put that stuff in places you wouldn't imagine they put brake lines, but they do. But it seemed kind of funny, because I had the front end replaced, and like I said, I can steer it with 2 fingers. So the wheels are perfecto. Hey man, they move and ooh, like they're supposed to be going like this. At one point, I wasn't sure the truck was even going to stand the road. Oh my God, that's a mess. So put it on, got it up going, boom, boom, done. And I'm like, wow, man, talk about some crazy shit. It runs good. Most of the time, anyway. Little thing like O2 sensors busy playing a little havoc with me. I only got 2 sensors to replace. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I replaced the NOx sensors, and I got to replace the 2 O2 sensors because they're bad. Let's face it, the person who owned that truck didn't do much in the way of maintenance. Like I said, the bearings were no good. The axle shafts were no good. Part of the differential for the front differential, that bracket broke, and the thing's kind of not really in the right place where it belongs. It fell down a little bit. I'm like, okay, I get it. I do. I truly do. So I don't know. I wonder about all that. And I'm thinking, okay, what next? What freaking next do I need? Oh, by the way, I bought myself a plow frame, and you know what? The idiots I bought the plow frame from didn't order everything. They ordered half of what I needed. You know what I mean? They got me the bottom half of the frame. Okay, great. Where's the top half where I installed the pump to make the blade go up and down, up and down? Like, well, okay. I can put the plow on and push snow with it, but I can't raise the blade. It's kind of like, screwed, really? What am I supposed to do? I can't raise or lower the blade unless I have that piece that I can use in there, and I can't use that piece without having some sort of havoc come to me. I'm like, okay, wonderful. So the guy that did my work on my truck said, well, I have some plow parts and I can fix you up with something. I said, well, this is good. That's helpful because, I'll be honest with you. I'm at wit's end here. But I figured by late spring, early summer, I should have my plow good to go. You know what I mean? But okay. It's just a little bit of dumb luck, and I don't know what else. It's just makes me kind of wonder how this whole situation got started in the first place. You know what I mean? The truck isn't really a bad truck. It starts, it runs, it moves out like a bandit, which is good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some little more custom work on it. Fix the rear driver's door that don't open too good. So I'm going to fix it so it opens and closes. That'll be a fun day. So next couple of days I'll be busy fixing on the red truck and getting everything straightened around and pulling it apart and get that door to open and close and find out what part I need and go up to the salvage yard and have at it. Because there's a place in Wolcott, New York called Wilbert's. In Wilbert, they have very fine vehicles and all their stuff is good. It's not that junky ass stuff people try to pawn off on you know what I mean? Which is good. I like that. I hate it when people try to pawn junk off on you because then you're looking at them like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to get myself a bed liner for my truck. Yep. That's one of the other things I'm going to get a bed liner for it. They don't go for much, but I figure I can cut a good deal for one. And then next thing I know, the truck will be complete. Austin wants to buy a bunch of little fancy doodads. I said, well, essentially, we got to take care of the basic stuff first, I also got to change the exhaust system. I bought some new exhaust pipes for the exhaust system. So we have some little wow when we drive. I think it'll be nice to have a truck that you put the pipes on, get a little gas, and the thing will just make a nice little wow going down the road, But today I helped my friend fix her car. Her muffler came right off, and same thing as my wife's car. But I got a gut feeling I'm going to have to replace the middle pipe like I did on my neighbor's car. I bought her pipe and a muffler and threw it on. Boom, boom, done, done. All nice and nice. So she's happy as a clam. My wife's car still makes a little noise. I'm thinking, well, obviously that pipe's got a little hole in it somewhere, and it's kind of like leaking a little bit of exhaust. But oh well, decided to take the car, take it to my friend Rick, and just put it up on the ramps and just take the next 15, 20 minutes, have at it, and then all nice, all nice and quiet again. I'm sure she'll like that. I gotta get hold of my dudes and say, hey man, I need that center pipe, and how soon can you get it for me? So you know what I mean? That's my big goal. Get that pipe and pick a good day, preferably when my wife doesn't need her car. Ha ha. When is that going to be? I don't know. Hey, I mean, wow. I'm sure she'll find a day when she don't have anything to do. Probably a Saturday, I think, or a Friday. I don't know at this point. I have no clue. Not even a vague clue, really. I can't even give a clue to a clue to a vague clue. See, isn't that pretty much screwed up sometimes? But you know, we take care of my mother, and that's an adventure all by itself. Let me tell you. Oh my God, it's quite an adventure. But it is what it is. See, and we deal with it. It's all about making choices. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder about all that stuff. All that time and money we spend. My wife is like, we're constantly buying auto parts. So you know what? You're right. We do. We have been spending so much on auto parts. I'm like, wow. Not to mention the guys over at the garage that helped me with my truck. I was really glad they were able to help me because I found there was more wrong with that truck than I could have possibly fixed. Little things I could have fixed, but that one part with that framework, that was a real Lulu. I couldn't even begin to fathom because I wasn't sure if it was even fixable. I was thinking, oh, please, if these guys said they can fix it, they can fix it. And they did. And I got a little nervous. I thought, what happens? They call me and say, well, we can't fix it. I'm thinking, oh my God, I spent a lot of money on a truck. I can't even drive. Or at least I won't be able to drive four-wheel anyway, which would kind of suck, which would be define the whole purpose of why I bought the plow frame. But as for these screwballs, I don't know. I should have went local. I know some local guys said, look, I need a framework for Myers, and can you hook me up? You know what I mean? That probably would have been the best possible scenario. Get a plow frame. Because my friend next door has a plow frame. He's got the part I need, but I don't think it'll fit. It might be a little too small. Then again, I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. I'll have to take a measurement tomorrow after I get done horsing around with my two trucks and see if both ends will match up. If they match up, I might consider it, but I don't know. I have to take Mr. Torch and bang it off a little bit, straighten it up with the torch because I guess my friend bent the frame slightly. But his truck is kind of beat. We don't know what's all wrong with it. We might have an engine problem and a transmission problem and something else. I don't know. That poor truck he has, that thing is a really nice looking truck. It's a shame that mechanically the thing is just not in the best shape. It would cost a small fortune just to get that goofy thing up and running to snuff. Oh goodness, it's so sad because my friend he got sick, and I tried to help him with his truck a little bit, but unfortunately he got really sick, and then he moved on. You know, terrible tragedy there. He had some kidney disease, and he was supposed to get a donor to give him a new organ and get him back in health again. But before he could get the organ, his health turned bad, and the doctor's like, "Well, you're beyond anything we can do for you, so we're just gonna let you ride it out, man." Which is pretty sad. It kind of sucks. Imagine the doctors tell you, "Well, we can't do much for you. You're just going to have to let it ride out." You know. Well, he did. And I feel bad for the guy. He was a good person. So I plow my friend's neighbor's driveway for her, shovel her walk for her and her porch and everything. So we do what we can for the poor woman. I just feel terrible that she lost her husband. I was rather fond of him. They let me use their garage. I have a big project, and my garage is not quite big enough to fix anything. So they let me use their garage. But during the summer, I was fixing my truck, replacing transmission lines and everything, and I had room in my garage. I moved my Trans Am outside and parked my mother's car outside, and I was fine. Everything was good, but unfortunately, the supposed to. But unfortunately, that's one of those things that you just can't expect to happen. You drive and you live, and you keep driving, and you pray like hell, but there's no guarantee in this life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Some people live a mile at a time. Other people don't even have a mile. Some people have a quarter mile, and they're lucky they have a quarter mile. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wonder about all that good stuff. Too many people in my life come and gone, and that's about it, really. I don't know. I'm just going to live the best life I can live. Who the hell knows how long I'm going to live for? You know what I mean? Hey, nobody's guaranteed a long life. It'd be interesting, but if everybody lived way too long, there'd probably be a serious problem with population growth. There'd be too many people on this earth. And that in itself would probably be a huge situation that I can't even begin to fathom. You know what I mean? Imagine all the people there is now. Man, everybody are living longer. Everybody's living longer. The quality of their life may be good. Their quality of life might suck. I don't know. My mother, she's 85, and there are good days and days where she don't even know what's going on. You know, she'll just look at my mom and say, "How you doing?" She'll, "Hey, hi." She'll ask me where I've been all day. Oh, been outside working, mother. Somebody's got to fix things, and I don't have a robot to fix nothing with. So I guess my thing is I just had to just grab a wrench and do the best I can. And I have my helper, Austin. He helps me fix stuff. He's getting good. He's 13. He's learning how to do things, and he's building and creating a lot of things for the vehicles. Yeah, I told him one of these days I'd fix him up with something once he gets old enough. So he's 13 right now, and I've been teaching him how to drive the plow truck and plow around the driveway area. He's getting really good until the brakes malfunctioned. I'm like, uh-oh, Django. But he knew the brakes were bad, so we slowed down and just stopped. And I said, well, I guess we're just going to fix the brakes on this. No problem. They had no idea the red truck, the brake line was about to blow on that too. I'm like, wow, do you believe that shit? Just when you think it's safe to get back in the water, man, you know? That's my analogy of the situation, you know what I mean? There will be a day when everything will be fine. I won't have to touch a car for a while. Everything will run. But that's to me, that's my fantasy. You know, hey man, imagine me not having to fix a car, just get in it, drive it, and not worry about anything breaking or falling off or some check engine light comes on or something heinous and goofy. I don't know. My truck is always something heinous and goofy. I don't know. I just look at this stuff and I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, just like the ant in the rubber tree plant. Eventually, going to start knocking those rubber tree plants down pretty soon because, I mean, I'm getting to a point where I'm not going to live forever. So I've been teaching Austin how to fix things. When he gets older, I said, one day, Austin, all this good stuff might be yours. Might be, you know. Fair chance it could be. If he wants it, he'll have to learn how to take care of this good stuff because someone has to learn how to take care of this stuff after I eventually kick the proverbial bucket. I don't plan on doing that for quite some time, but I got this goober in my chest right here. As long as it keeps working, I keep working. I wonder myself, if I were to die, this thing will probably keep on going after I die. And won't that be the shit? Wow. Yeah. Won't that be weird? But like I told my wife, I want a plaque like the Iron Man movie. On the plaque, it'll be my pacemaker, and on it will say, proof that Brian has a heart. Isn't that an interesting concept? Believe it or not, my old pacemaker, I had that thing pulled out. I wanted the doctor to give it to me as a souvenir. I figured I paid for this son of a bitch. Why not? Well, they wouldn't give it to me. Like, what do you mean, man? I paid for that son of a bitch. It's mine. Well, they had a different change of heart because the heart doctor was like, if you really want it back, we'll give it back to you. No problem. Hey, great. I told them I was going to make a little plaque like Iron Man. Yeah, they thought it was kind of funny and kind of cool. Yeah, okay, no problem. Then after I get this thing ripped out of my chest, new it put in there, everything's okay. I'm wide awake while this is going on, by the way. I'm just laying there with this tent light thing over my skull, and we're talking about boats and stuff. I was telling about this nice speedboat my dad bought me and how we had a cabin cruiser. We used to cruise along the Niagara River back in the city of Tonawanda, New York, where I'm from. Anyway, somehow along the line, we ended up in this magical place called Syracuse. So we had the big speedboat, and then we had my dad's cabin cruise. Then my father sold both boats. It was just price of gas got so high at one point that it's either put gas in the car or put gas in the boat. Can't do both. I used to remember I was visiting my hometown a while back. My parents had to move back because my dad worked for General Motors. So he was working, putting in what few years left he had before he could retire. One of those situations where he was one of the luckier ones. When the GM plant in Syracuse closed, a lot of people got screwed. My father was one of the luckier ones. He was able to keep his job and work, and everything was good. So I went to visit my parents. I showed Austin, my hometown, and the river and how we used to take our boat. We used to have a little 14-foot speedboat with a 25-horse Johnson. And we used to push the boat from our house on Broad Street up Niagara Street, across Niagara Street, down to the boat launch. It was only a 3-block distance. And it was funny. I wish I'd had a camera of us pushing that boat. It would have been funny. I do have old pictures in a scrapbook of us pushing that boat. It was funny as hell back in those days. I thought it was. Gas was cheap. My sister would babysit. I would mow lawns and wash cars. So we had enough money to go play in the boat. It was fun. We lived the life. Then one day in 73, the oil industry decided to put the screws to us and raise the price of gasoline and tell everybody there was a problem with oil. We are running out of oil. Bullshit, man. It was all bullshit. The oil companies were trying to take advantage of us, and they really put the screws to us pretty hard. And right now, gasoline is up again. We got that problem with the people in Ukraine. I feel bad for those poor bastards. They're fighting a war that they didn't ask for. For 30 years, they behaved themselves, and now Russia decides they want to screw with them a little bit again. I can't for the life of me figure that out. I really cannot. Figure they're peace-loving people. Leave them alone. You know what I mean? I kind of believe that's very heartwarming to imagine that people live in peace for 30 years, and then some asshole decides he wants to attack them for reasons I don't even understand. Really, I don't. I fail to understand how a peace-loving group of people are being attacked, and we Americans, we can't do anything about it. And the people that are friends and neighbors, they can't do nothing about it. So it's one of those power struggles. I guess basically you have to let the little brother fight his own battle. But we have supplies and we got people too bad. We got a lot of people who are willing to send food and supplies and everything. I'm just not sure how they're going to get this supplies. The Russians cut them off, you know what I mean? But hopefully we can get supplies. There's even people volunteering to help fight their war. I think that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? But, some people are just very patriotic, and some people are of Ukrainian ancestry, and some of them are coming out there to help fight their guys in their home, help the guys in their hometown fight it out with the Russians. Once again, I have absolutely no idea why they attacked them. They lived in peace for 30 years, and all of a sudden now they're being assholes to these people. And I'm thinking that's just downright terrible. But, that's up to the diplomats. I'm not a diplomat, really. I'm just a man who works on cars, takes care of children, takes care of my mother, who is kind of like in this imaginary world. Yeah, I don't know. My mother, her name is Dorothy, so I joke around about. So, did you visit your buddies in the Land of Oz today, Mother? Think about that, make a wish. Kind of funny, I know. In a way, it does seem kind of interesting. When she was a kid, she told me stories about how her classmates used to tease her about having the name Dorothy. I says, well, it's funny because you see, I had a class project I did in college, and it was called Dorothy's Diner. And the teacher said, you can put any name you want on it. I said, well, Dorothy's Diner is pretty good. And I see my mother's given name is Dorothy. She says, really? I says, yes. I know it's kind of interesting coincidence that one of my college computer programming projects was to make a menu for a diner. You got a breakfast menu, a lunch menu, and a dinner menu. And I tapped all my keys and set everything up. And next thing you know, I have a breakfast special, a lunch special, and a dinner special. Hit the button, bink. It tells you what's special for breakfast, bink. What's for lunch, bink. What's for dinner. I'm like, whoa. I mean, that literally blew me away, man. I could not believe how funny it was to imagine how something like that could change everything overnight. I learned how to do a little programming, but I wasn't good at it. I was okay with it, but I wasn't good enough to really do a really good job, you know what I mean? Which kind of sucks. I really like programming. I have the book somewhere, but it's outdated now. So I got to get a new book. Oh, God, technology is fun, but I'm telling you, the books for that stuff is outrageously priced. Because when I went to school, I had this company called Vested, and they were helping pay for my books. And it was amazing how much the books are, and they're paying for the books. And the school wanted money for tuition. And my wife is like, well, what do you mean? I mean, Vested is paying for my tuition and they're paying for the books. So how is it we owe you fools any money? You know what I mean? But these people, they don't get it. For me, I would just sit, how much you owe? I'm looking and said, I don't owe you people shit. They just looked at me. I said, no, I'm not joking. I mean, hey, I have this outfit that's helping pay my tuition, pay for my books. So I don't want to hear about how much money I supposedly owe you guys, because as far as I'm concerned, you got all you're going to get, and you get no more. I love that part. Basically ended with a free college education. Yes, I love it. The taxpayers in New York are really good to me, man. They really helped me out big. They helped pay for my education, whether they liked it or not. And I was pretty cool about that whole thing, I didn't make class Victorian, but I was one of the ones that survived the course. Can you believe that shit? I had a lot of kids way smarter than me, and they were flunking out because they just weren't ready to go to school and study. A lot of them would go out and party, get drunk, and get stupid. And for me, I'd already been that route years ago, so I've been there. I know. So by the time I'm ready to go to college, I'm good to go, man. I am ready. I'm not gonna screw around and spend a lot of money on books and education and just go chuck it. You know what I mean? I can't believe how many people I knew did that. A lot of people were just either lazy or stupid, or they just didn't have any desire to commit to the task at hand. That's pretty sad too. You know what I mean? told a lot of these fools, you're in a good position in your life. Don't blow it like by being stupid, because you do that, you're going to owe a lot of money for no education, and then you're going to have to pay for all that education anyway. So you might as well sit back, get your degree, and then move on. At least you're paying for something you're getting instead of paying for something that you're not getting. And a lot of the idiots, they don't understand that. They just want to drink and party and chase skirts or whatever they want to chase. You know what I mean? Depending upon what you're looking for. It's all out there, man. Even people, I don't know what they're looking for. Tell you the truth, I'm not even sure if they even knew what they were looking for, but they're looking for something. Hopefully they found it. Oh my goodness, to think about it all. Everybody's looking for something. Just like the Van Halen song, everybody wants some. Wants some what? Oh man, nobody seems to know. Anybody have a clue? Me? No, not the rest of those dum-dums. I look at those fools and I said, look, guys, you were given an opportunity for a good education. You blew it. Well, that's all I got to say. So you all have a good night and think on all this. So you enjoy, and may the force be with you. Yay.